Well, several crowdfunding platforms have stepped up to help students who are in financial need. We know that Higher Education Minister Bladen Mandi has said that the 35 billion rand that was set aside for NSFAS is depleting fast, and added that thousands of students who are unable to pay their fees are not, because they're not eligible for NSFAS. Now, tomorrow, student crowdfunding platform Feenix will pay universities 11.3 million rand to cover the fees of 300 students. The platform was created in 2017 in the wake of the Fees Must Fall protests, and to date has raised around 77 million rand. Liana de Beer is the CEO of Feenix. She joins us now via Skype. Liana, good evening to you. It sounds like an absolute lifeline for students who are desperately in need. Can you explain how Feenix actually works?
Good evening, Melanie. We started in 2017 as a response to Fees Must Fall, seeing similar things happening in 2015 and 2016 that we are hearing coming from students today. Alternative solutions. Students are desperate, or students don't qualify for loans or bursaries, or are not covered by NSFAS, and they don't have any place to go. We believe that any qualifying student should have access to education. So Feenix created a platform that is for the purpose of crowdfunding, and that's allowing corporate South Africa, as well as everyday South Africans, young professionals, to donate money towards students. A student can go and fundraise, register on the platform, have their profile, and then everyday people can go and donate 50, 100 rand, 1,000 rand towards that student, and we are able to then pay that over to the university on behalf of the student to ensure that we give more students access.
77 million sounds like a massive amount of money. How are you able to raise that much?
Well, we're doing that with the support of Corporate South Africa. Majority of our funding is coming from Corporate South Africa, whether that's in the form of skills development funding, CSI funding, or socioeconomic development funding, as well as about 2,000 individual donors or funders that are giving the little bits that they have, that's passionate about education and believe that young people should access a democratized education system. Technology aids us in this. It means it's accountable and transparent. I think what's really important in South Africa, especially in the education funding system, is accountability for funding. We take that very seriously, and our platform allows us to formalize fundraising, but we also work very closely with universities to make sure that we can check that debt exists on the student's behalf, and that we are able to pay that money over directly to the university into the student's fee account. So it is very much a partnership approach, but technology is aiding us in doing that.
Where have you found that the need is the greatest?
Well, I think that's quite a big question. We are seeing missing middle students are really struggling. Not just this year, but since 2017, since we've been operating, as well as postgraduate students who don't qualify for NSFAS funding, and then students that's sitting with historical debt. In South Africa, you cannot get your diploma or your degree if you have outstanding bills or outstanding debt. So a lot of students might finish their degree successfully and not being able to graduate because they're sitting on that debt, and it's impossible for them to raise that funding at that point in time. So that's a big need. And then, of course, last year during COVID, we saw the digital divide. Most universities shut down. Students had to access online learning, and we saw that this was a major problem. Most students didn't have access to online learning. So we did a campaign last year specifically for the data devices as well as food for students across some of the universities. We raised 3.4 million rand last year for that specific campaign, and we were able to help some of the final year and postgraduate students, about 403 of them, with a combination of data, food, and devices.
And as we said a little earlier, 11.3 million rand being handed over to universities tomorrow to help around 300 students. Liana de Beer, thank you so much. CEO of Feenix, that's Feenix.